Hello again, guys. Yeah, I'm going to be demonstrating something a little bit different wood burning technique I like to call torching. And so here we have a standard propane torch, and it's got the lighter mechanism here. And so basically how it works is, and this technique you have to be real careful with. There's different instruments you can use. This one, like I say, is this little propane torch. So I'm just doing it for some highlighting, some background. You can't do it for detailed work. The nozzle is way too large. I'll show you another little tool here real quick. So here's another little miniature torch for torching. It's a benzomatic mini torch, and you do the same thing. These are refillable, so it's kind of handy, but you have to use the nozzle and the propane. The gas sells for about $4 for a canister. I don't know, you can get a couple hours of burning out of them, but this one, as you can see, has a much smaller tip, and it has much more control because it's much smaller. It doesn't put out as large of a flame, so you can't do your larger areas. I did a little bit on the skulls with the large torch. I'll just demonstrate a little bit, and as you can see, I've got some areas of overburn. Now I'm going to take care of those with some sanding and some other kind of burning, but I'm just going to demonstrate this. So basically you just turn on the gas. Probably hear it hissing. There's the flame. Now, unlike other wood burning, as you can see, I'm doing this on a cement floor in my garage because I don't want to put it on anything kind of wood or indoors where it's going to burn. It's a rainy day outside, so it's a good day to be doing something like this. So I'm just going to demonstrate a little of the burning. Now, one thing about this is you got to keep this moving, as you can see, like that. I just didn't held it there too long. You can turn the flame down. You can control the flame. But again, this is for, background type work, some shading. And I'm going to come back in and I'm going to do some darkening and some sanding and stuff. But this is just a demonstration. But as you can see, you got to keep this thing moving, even with its lowest setting. Otherwise, you're going to have a burned area, just like I just did. And the other thing to do is you want to burn away from your art. You don't want to burn into your art. You can go kind of in a line with it, or shading away. Now this would be good for, say, maybe some clouds or some water. You could do a little bit of a water, wave action sort of thing, and just let the flame kind of do the work. Just do some darkening up here and there, but that'll kind of give you an idea. You just want to be real careful you don't leave the flame in one spot too long. And then it's the same thing with the, go ahead and shut this off. And it's the same thing with the smaller torch. I did run out of fuel on this one. I can demonstrate a little of that later. But as you can see, you have much more control with a smaller torch, and you can do smaller areas. But again, you can't do your detailed, say around the teeth, and controlling around the nose, the teeth, and some of these areas. You can't do this with these torches. But this technique of torching, I did a little bit in this area, but just some, it saves you time, and it kind of saves a little bit on your tips. I'll just, do that a little bit more real quick. So basically, you'd come in and you'd maybe hit it a little bit, but you got to just be real careful with this. This would be actually better for the smaller torch. But I did that eye right there earlier. I did a spot in there. But it just saves time if you can do that, and you can get kind of develop your technique a little more. It'll save you time in stroking with, say, a razor tip or another kind of wood burning tool. So that's just one more thing, and again, I just call that torching for lack of better terminology. And you can do some large areas too, and I'm going to demonstrate that later. I've got a really large piece that I'm working on, and the torching works out good because you can cover a large area in a small amount of time. So I'm signing off for now. Happy burning!